everyone. Good afternoon. I am 1 minute tardy. Actually, I'm 2 minutes tardy. Shame on me. And welcome to my 102nd, wow, 102nd Bisimoto Tech Tuesday. And I have a pretty cool car right behind me, a 2020 Aston Vantage, which is amazing. Hello, Scabadoodle. Interesting name. Good seeing you. Sean, look at what I have right here at the facility. A very nice vehicle. Good seeing you, sir. And congrats on your recent commercial over there. Valenzuela's in the house. Good seeing you. Water-cooled performance. I love that name. You know, I'm all about the H2O. So good seeing you. Thank you so much. Pat Trickster, good afternoon. And for those of you on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us and being part of this wonderful archive moment where we interact with people on Instagram on a global basis. And for those of you listening on the podcasting, thank you so much. Whether you're using the loo, working out, at the gym, walking your dogs, or the case, laying down. Thank you so much for being part of our family. Good seeing you guys, and thank you so much for joining. Hello, the Carter 666. Purell, good seeing you as well. Oi Parse, good afternoon. Wow, Just Fit Moves. You know, I am so crazy busy here. I'm so sorry. I can't get to all those messages. To my right, I have guys from Hoonigan right here waiting to do some crazy filming with me. Look, they're right here. They're just chilling. Look at that. They're over there. See? They're just there waving. And they're waiting for me. That's how crazy I am. And I have PJ on the other side, right there. He's right there with the team. I have a gentleman from Germany here. I have PJ from the East Coast. I'm constantly bananas. Wow, you guys are getting lots of hearts. That's kind of scary. Okay, so hello, Field Intent. Good seeing you. Yeah, it's been weeks. I'm a busy person. If you look at my email box, let's see, how many did I get today? 215 messages today alone. How crazy is that? Sean, hello. What up, Montel? I'll ask you to do this then. Since I'm so slammed, I won't be able to get to you till probably after SEMA. You may want to call our friend from K-Tuner. You may give Mr. James Holey a call and have him see if he can recommend someone to help you with that, because I really don't have the time to write coding right now. I really don't. Hello, Rody Media. Good seeing you. Hello, Adam. Greetings indeed. It is a beautiful car back there, and it's nice. This thing is, I don't think I've ever driven a yellow vehicle. It's really eye-catching. You can't even drive this thing anywhere, but it is so much fun. I'm becoming this crazy, I would say, enthusiast that loves modes. Ever since we played around with the NSX, I love the different characteristics that the different modes have. This has a standard sport, a sport plus, and a track mode, which is absolutely bananas, you know? It's a V8, 4.0 liter in terms of displacement. It has a hot V, what we call a hot V, where the turbochargers exist in the middle of the V. This thing is bananas. It's absolutely spectacular. And, almost gives this kind of Bond vibe when driving it. It's pretty nice indeed. And it's in the mid-hundreds, so 152, 160 thereabout. And it's a very, very nice vehicle indeed, King is asking, when will we hear a very cold start from the Odyssey? I love the car. Well, we had quite a few, I would say, if you look back on the show that we did with Top Gear, where Rutledge drove it, you will see the van do a very, very cold start in Colorado in the mountains, which some of the other cars had a hard time starting, but this one, which is right next to me here, started very beautifully. So please go on YouTube, look up the Bisimoto Odyssey Top Gear, and you'll see it. You'll see a proper cold start on that, and it's pretty nice indeed, Thank you so much for the kind words. Sean Lee says hello to the Hoonigan people. Good seeing all of you guys. Hello. They said, hey, Sean, Yeah, it's a beautiful color indeed. It really is. Do I still have the minivan? Yes, I do. Trey is right here next to me. Isn't it crazy? So I drive this crazy 2020 Aston, which is absolutely spectacular. People ask me about a minivan. How crazy is that? Have someone program it? Well, that being said, I'm kind of, honestly, Just Fit Moves, I am dead to the world until the 9th of November. So if you need something done before then, I'm being completely transparent with you. You have to look for someone else to do the coding for you. If you're willing to wait that long, then that's fine. But I am really, let's see, we have 4 cars to build. One is done. Another one will be done with our Hoonigan friends in 2 days. One comes back tonight, and I get another one from Paint on Thursday. And these are full cars, so I really don't have the time. Please forgive me. Please forgive me indeed. Wrench Mob is saying I need to get back to a Honda. I'm going to show you something, Wrench Mob. I'm going to show you something right here. See right behind you? There's the beautiful wagon and the first car we ever built for American Honda, which is the 500 horsepower CRZ. So I'm the kind of person that I do derive pleasure in really having an opportunity to play with different marques. I'm not marque specific. Yes, I love Porsches. I work on them quite a bit. I'm building pretty much 3 for SEMA. But I love all type of cars. So from Hyundais to Fords to Hondas to Astons, I love all types of vehicles, you know, which is amazing. And that being said, I never left. I just spread the love a little bit more, if that makes sense, you know? Kevin says rich guy problems. Very funny. Very funny, Kevin. Very good indeed. Greeting from LA. Respect your work. Thank you so much, ARK. I appreciate that indeed. Max is asking, can Puro go 10,000 miles in a hybrid vehicle? Answer is yes, especially since hybrids do tend to use some of the opportunity for propulsion via electric alone. Here's a challenge with going that far. It's not the oil itself, it's the filtration. So because of the constant starting and stopping, you tend to get a lot of elements into your oil stream because of that, and that combustion elements and whatnot. So if you have the discipline to change your filter in between, yes, you can do that. If you don't have the discipline, I would recommend what I do on my own hybrid is I change 5,000 to 6,000 miles without qualm. That's what I would do, you know? Bisi, did you watch the Yokohama World Time Attack Challenge? No, I did not. Please forgive me, I did not at all. Brap, cool name, says amazing work. I was recently introduced to your work. I'm very impressed. Keep it up and look forward to seeing more. Thank you so much. And this year is going to be a bit of a, how do I say it, a drop the mic moment. I'm doing some things I've never done before, and I'll share with you what I mean by that. So the Hoonigan guys are here. They're capturing a vehicle that we're building for SEMA, which is very exciting, so I can't wait to see the content. I can't wait for you guys to go and see the content they're putting together. And that particular vehicle is one that I am not going into the engine at all. Imagine that. I'm doing standard bolt-ons that all of you can actually replicate, which is amazing. It's something I've never done. On the Porsche side, I'm building this classic old school Porsche that has more technology than I've ever put into a chassis of that sort ever. The other Porsche is something that's very exciting, that's going to one of our partners that's very huge, and you're going to see a huge reveal of that in the Dynapack booth. And last but not least, I'm exploring different means of propulsion in a third Porsche, which is something we've never done before. So it's going to be a very interesting stretch for us and something very interesting indeed. And none of this could happen without the team, you know? ARK, I just showed the wagon right behind me a moment ago. You missed out a little bit, you know? Anton Morris says, the reason people ask about the minivan is because it was built by you and not $1 million company. Well, thank you so much. It was 7 weeks of hell, but we got it going. Frank from Downstar, good seeing you, sir. Thank you so much. And for those of you who don't know Frank, he has this place called Downstar Boats. He's really, really clever when it comes to dress up boats and so on and so forth. And he's the one who actually got me introduced to this kind of podcasting format. So you guys can thank him for me being able to do this for 102 episodes back to back every Tuesday, you know? Bertha is saying you want to see you build a new Supra. That's great you said that because we just got a call from Toyota about a month ago. So you never know what happens. We're going back and forth with them and we'll see what happens indeed. Yes, it is black. It is the CRZ. Hello, Fox Design. New? What's new? Lack of sleep. We're not doing much sleeping here, which is pretty interesting. Art said he'll give his kidney for the wagon. Good thing you have 2 of them. So what you could do, you can sell one of your kidneys on black market and we can build one for you. See, Jerome agrees. He said he would be down to help out doing. He's laughing as well. Wonder if I ever do a Volvo build. You know what? Dan and I have been looking at each other, Dan from Hoonigan, and maybe we should work together on building something like that. Big engine, big nitrous, big turbo, everything big. Maybe I'll talk to him about that today. Maybe we'll make it happen, you know? Migley is asking a great question. About a lighter flywheel, how much would that change in terms of performance? Well, that's a great question. The flywheel, as you can imagine, is this large, big, round device that your clutch attaches to, and it has a very important purpose of dampening the pulses that come out of the crankshaft. So, as you can imagine, whether it's inline, a V6, inline 6, a V8, inline 4s are pretty notorious for this. You know that the crankshaft is there to change the up and down motion into rotational. And that doesn't come very smoothly. It comes, believe it or not, in slight jolts. That heavy flywheel helps dampen that. So when we drive a car, our parents, our grandparents drive a car, you don't feel that weird, rough, idle jolting. So that's what it does. It dampens it very nicely. The challenge with that dampening is that it puts you in a position where acceleration is not paramount. So people like me, because I'm crazy, if you look at my Insight, where we broke a ton of records racing, drag racing, and so on and so forth, my flywheel, I should probably grab it and show you guys. My flywheel is aluminum with windows cut out of it. It's like a 6-pound flywheel. Now what that does, it allows me for impeccable acceleration. I posted something recently with a clutch pack that we put in this crazy ruby stone red Porsche, and it's also in the wagon, these lightweight clutch pack assemblies from Action. That also does a great job in allowing your spool to come on quicker and for acceleration to also, go up very quickly. It also allows you to fall out acceleration or fall out boost very quickly, so you have to be very clever with your driving. But here's the thing. You have all those advantages of acceleration, which is the name of the game in all types of racing, but the challenge comes from a little bit rougher idle because you don't have the dampening you used to have. Or when people have an opportunity to use AC, it may be a little bit rougher for the AC and so on and so forth, and that's about it. All that stuff that I've heard rumors about torque going away because of drag racing, it's rubbish. I ran 2018 slicks with a 6-pound flywheel and it kicked butt. So that being said, the one thing about a heavy flywheel, let's say for drag racing, is that when spinning, it can store some of that inertia and energy for an explosive launch. But after the launch, you then tend to carry this large flywheel mass around the entire track. I'd rather tune my car properly for a very good launch and not have that heavy flywheel to lug around and have impeccable acceleration. So I hope that makes sense. You have advantages and disadvantages, but as far as I'm concerned, the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. The pros are better than the cons. Adding Good is asking, good question. Have you ever thought of building a one vehicle, 1 horsepower per 1 kilogram vehicle mass? No, I have not. Can it be done? Absolutely, but it's not been in my forte. It's kind of weird you guys are asking these strange questions when the Hoonigan guys are here because they're crazy. They don't push me to start doing weird stuff. They're laughing too because they know, Pat Trickster is asking a great question. What are you going to do to Aston? Right now, it's amazing. So Aston Martin in America did a great job in supplying this vehicle for us to get some feedback on how we like it. And it is absolutely fantastic. When I look at an Aston, I always think of something my dad would drive. And man, my mindset has changed. This car is nothing but sports car. It's absolutely fantastic. It has a great price point. It's an entry-level Aston, which is great, in the mid-100s. The power, 503 horsepower thereabout, in the V8, that's twin turbocharged. I cannot wait to make this like a crazy 900 horsepower or 1,000 horsepower behemoth. That would be absolutely fantastic. And the driving capability is spectacular. It's very, very neutral, very balanced. And I'm not surprised because the engines move far back quite a bit. So it really feels like, what you feel when you drive a 5th gen Viper. It kind of has that nice feel to it. But the turbochargers are no lag whatsoever. Amazing what they did with that. And the shifting is flawless. And that crackle that you have in certain exotics? In track mode, it has that nice crackle when you shift. It's absolutely spectacular. It's so luxurious. Look at the materials inside. And you may see the photo I put up today on Instagram. It's very nice indeed. The leather is so supple and nice bolster. It's just, it feels like a proper driver car, but it doesn't fatigue you like a full track car would. So I have the power, the agility and prestige that you would experience from an Aston, but I don't have that rough ride that you may see with a 570 from, let's say, another manufacturer from the UK. You can kind of figure out which one I'm speaking of. And this one is actually very, very nice indeed. So the characteristics change significantly from Sport to Sport Plus to track mode. It's really a proper driver. So your question was, what would I do with it if I had my hands on it? Definitely what I tend to do. I would first go after the ECU and try and unleash some more reliable power from that. Upgrade the turbochargers, do some cool things with the exhaust system, and see what restrictions exist in the intake while keeping the mannerism intact with the different modes. And I feel that with some nice, tweaking, even with direct injection, we can eclipse close to that 4-figure, and that would be just, this car would be really talk about an exotic sleeper, if there's such a thing, this would be it. So I hope I answered your question properly, ARK is saying, so you're doing supercars now. Huh. Now, and if you so left the import scene. Why does people keep saying, that's an import. Porsches are imports. Hyundais are imports. I just told you my friends here from Hoonigan here, they're capturing a pretty cool Hyundai that we're working on. That's an import as well. I think of me as the Jay Leno performance. How's that? Where I take all type of cars, it doesn't matter what. It could be a Chrysler Sabre. Maybe not. Everyone's laughing at me. Could be a Porsche 911, could be a Volvo, could be a Lada, could be a Skoda. It doesn't matter. I just love cars. And it doesn't matter if it's a EV, a hybrid, a full petrol, natural gas, hydrogen, I don't care. I just love cars. So it doesn't matter what marquee indeed, Thank you so much, Parse. Thank you indeed, 4D, if you're going to be there, please visit 4 key booths. The AM induction, which is K&N, Dynapack, Dynamometers, Hyundai, and the Toyota Pass. You will be very impressed. My favorite color on the Porsche GT3 RS. That green is pretty fire. The orange is pretty nice. Do they have a GT3 RS in blue? PJ says yes. Mexico, done, sold. Mexico Blue GT RS, that's it, done. Thank you so much, PJ. That is the one I like, by all means. Yes, teamwork makes the dream work, that's true. And you know what? I'll tell you one thing, guys. I am nothing without my team. Absolutely nothing indeed. Concepts may be great, being able to figure things out may be great, but all of that is nothing without a team to support you. So for all the guys here who make things happen for us here at Bisimoto, I really appreciate all of you. And it's a team effort. It's never just me. Nowhere near just me at all, you know? Mr. Bisimoto says, Focus Fire, would you be interested in doing a shoot of that Aston? Mr. Middleton directed me to this live video. Absolutely, I'd be more than happy to. Call us up front, 888-922-6686. Talk to Lindsay and she will make it happen, you know? Brap, 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 cool name, says he'll be at SEMA. So definitely be stopping by. Sounds good, look forward to seeing you there. Hello from Glamis and the Dunes, VIP Foundation. Good seeing you. Stay safe out there indeed. CC Heavy is saying, I want you to reveal my next Porsche. I'll be more than happy to do that for you as long as it happens after the 9th of November. Chineme, ndewo, kedu, kebino. I hope all things are well. For those of you wondering what am I speaking, so my language where I'm from, and Chineme is from my country. Hey Shell, good seeing you. Thank you so much for joining. ITB Kevin's asking if you're here, Duran. He's somewhere around here. Fernando back here. Brazil's in the house. Hello, Fernando. Good seeing you indeed. Salut as well to you, Barry. Yes, good. Thank you so much. What's up, Blake? GTR swapped Volvo wagon would be hilarious. Dan, what do you think of that?
What?
A GTR swapped Volvo wagon.
I think you possess the skills for that.
He said, you know, he's a pretty talented fabricator. I think he means we possess it. People are giving hearts. I didn't say I'm doing it. I was just asking Dan what's going on. Oh my goodness. Yeah, something I haven't heard. Yeah, a lot of things haven't been done. You know, you're right. Hello, Alfie. Good seeing you from north. Go Astros, says G2 Delo. It's a team, isn't it? I'm not a sports person. Baseball. Okay, I almost said football. Okay. Let's see. Race cars on the AC. I thought that, but you know one of the biggest feedbacks that Jay Leno gave me when he drove my cars is that these things need air conditioning. So moving forward, my cars, I need to do air conditioning on it. Because Jay wants to drive anything we build. He said that if we build a bicycle, he will drive it. So he's pretty excited about that. Marlon, Ultimate EG from back east. Good seeing you, sir. Thank you so much for joining. Maybe for a drag car. Very nice. 140,000 miles. What oil should I go with? A very, very broad question, youngster 323. I need to know more about your setup. What engine are you running? What marquee? And if it's rebuilt or not, what are your bearing clearances? Because that will determine what to do. Anything about the C8 Corvette? I have zero relationship with GM. So that being said, I don't think I'll be building any C8 soon. I don't have a relationship with it. If I did, by all means, I would. Hello, AJ from Relentless Racing. Good seeing you. Avery Din has a good point. He said the British, they know how to do interiors. Yes, they do. That interior is very, very nice. Very nice indeed, you know. What's my views on the new Lotus full electric hypercar? I think it's amazing. I love all types of propulsion. I love petrol engines, yes. I love flex fuel, which almost every car in here has. And I love the amazing capability that exists with that four-figure Lotus in full EV mode. The torque you can realize from electric motors are absolutely fantastic. So don't be surprised when you start seeing more and more of the hypercar performance community leaning that way. It's absolutely amazing, you know? Jump Power says, I like Rice Krispies. Snap, crackle, pop. Well done. Well, guess what? We have a couple cars here that snap and crackle and pop, including this Aston behind me, you know? ITB Kevin says, Astons have always been nice to drive, and this one, they really took the cake. They have so much in terms of drivability in this car. It's absolutely frightening. I love it indeed, you know? Mark 5 says, hood exits are fatiguing. If that's even a word. Yes, it is a word. Fatiguing is a word. And you know what I hate about hood exits? Even though they look cool, if you are silly enough to drive around in areas where your government allows you to do that, Texas, parts of California that no one sees. Oh, Mexico, there you go. The exhaust does come inside with you. We had one project car, a 2013 Elantra GT. We built it to 602 horsepower for Hyundai. and I had a center exit on it until I drove around my complex here, and I put the exhaust under the car. I mean, everything came in with me. It was horrible. I don't know how, I see some people drive on the street. I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Fabian. I don't know how you do it. Okay. Hello, Sal, neighbor. Good seeing you. Argentina's in the house. Thank you so much for joining. Marcel Rodriguez. Love the curves on the body. Everdin, I assume you mean that car, not mine, right? So that being said, yes, it's a very voluptuous car. Very nice car. They did a smashing job. And that tail light, so I put a photo up on my feed today about that. It's beautiful. It's almost reminiscent. I mean, if I didn't know any better, I'll say it's very reminiscent of 992. It's very nice. Very nice indeed. I love it. Very pretty. Can you make a turbo kit for the E46 M3? Absolutely. I made a turbo kit for a minivan. Absolutely can make that happen. However, not anytime soon. So I can point you in the right direction in terms of what companies can help you short term. But if you need something from us, it's going to be a while. Even after SEMA, we have quite a few bookings to take care of, and then maybe get you in if you're fairly local. Do an aerial atom. You know what would be cool? Maybe a nice crazy booster one, because the aerial atom, the recent models, have the same K24 Z3/Z7 that's in the wagon. So that'd be a fun car, wouldn't it? You know? Yes, Omar, this is not a van. I don't only build vans, sir. I build a lot more than minivans. Hello, 2 Wagons, 1 Cup. You have a cool name. I keep saying that, you know? You missed quite a bit. So, no, Larry Chen is not here. The whole team is here, but not Larry Chen. And 2 Wagons, 1 Cup. Yeah, I'm here in front of a 2020 Aston Vantage, which is absolutely a joy to drive. Now, the color is amazing. You can't quite see it very well here, but it's quite brilliant. He has a cool name. He has a really cool name. So that being said, we talked about that. We talked about project cars. People asking about minivans and imports, even though almost every car in here is an import, except for the Viper right there. Viper right there. Okay. Hello, AJ. Bisimoto Lada. That'd be cool. It would be. I grew up seeing Ladas. And for those of you who know Ladas, that's an old school brand from the Soviet Union. You know, so you may remember, you know, Ladas or Yugos and all that stuff, you know, by all means, you know. When is the wagon on Jay Leno's garage? What are you talking about? I have no clue what you're talking about. Yeah, it's coming soon. So it's up to the production company. Jay had the opportunity to drive something very exciting here, more than the blue Porsche, which is pretty interesting. June Power says, go Hyundai, amen. Go Flying H, by all means. What would you do with suspension on the Aston? If anything, you know, we've been doing a lot of things with some of our partners where we just lower the vehicle via springs, but leave the shock dampening, the electronic sham dampening intact. So I'll do a similar thing to that. Increase sway bars, by all means, lowering the vehicle appropriately using springs, but not affecting the electronic control, because the way it stiffens going from sport all the way to track mode is absolutely fantastic. It's something I want to keep intact. I'm not a huge advocate of removing that. And you know what? The OEMs have come a long way with how the shock dampening works. You can do a lot with factory suspension nowadays, but the stance needs to come just a little bit down, a little bit more, and it'd be very nice indeed. So great question, Avery. Thank you for asking. What's the best old school car to make a race project? Best old school. Now, if you're talking old school, I like RX-2s. See, everyone here is looking at me like, what are you talking about? I really do. RX-2s are in these old school, smaller Japanese Mazdas. They're really, really cool. I've seen people shoehorn everything from V8s, yeah, crazy enough, to, you know, larger roadies, 13Bs, 20Bs, so on and so forth, to SR20 DETs, K-Series. I've seen people do it. It's a really cool old school car, and it has that classic look that's still very beautiful by today's standards. If you want something on the front-wheel drive level, by all means, EF. I love EF Hondas. That's a really good one to do. In terms of an old school car to make a race project, if you want something that's an RR configuration, you can go back with a G-body. G-body Porsche, that's the way to go. They're light enough and still have the capability to accept some wicked power, which is pretty good. Hello, Joshua Smith. Good seeing you. Any upcoming JDM projects as we speak? Do I have anything upcoming? I do have a customer's car that CRX is outside, but internally, nothing yet. I'm kind of on a KDM kick right now. Push It to the Limit says, great meeting at IAB Oktoberfest. Big fan. Please use my 2013 E36 wagon as a test car for new parts, LOL. Push It, thank you so much. I appreciate that, by all means. BMW is a brand that we're starting to trickle into, so you never know. Touch base with me a little bit after SEMA. Maybe we can make something happen. Justin says, I love what you do with your builds. Are always unique. Because you take what people are scared to build. Respect to you and the team all the way from the UK. Thank you so much, Justin, for the kind words. I appreciate that. If you like what we've done before, you're going to love what we're doing this year. It's absolutely bananas, which is pretty cool. Hello, David. Turbo kit for E46M3. Yep, we just talked about that. Any questions regarding Puro, DM us at PRUSA, says PRUSA, where we look forward to assisting you. Thank you so much. Want to see a Volvo 142? Those are pretty cool. Those are pretty cool. I'd love to see that too. You know what's weird? My parents had a 244 DL when I was growing up. Did you know that, Aaron? Eee, see? So I have a soft spot for Volvos. I'm getting hearts over saying Volvo. That's pretty crazy. A K24 swapped C3 Stingray. Oh my God. You just want, I already get into hot water with purists already. They're even going to be really mad at me this year. But a K24 and a C3? Oh my God. You know what? I may just do that just to piss people off. I may just do that. That'd be cool. So I'm getting looks from the Hoonigan team. They're like, why would you do that? I'd love to see a truck build, lifted, Bisimoto. That'd be cool. I should do that too. So much to do, so little time. I love passion projects. When will we see more wagon action? Right after SEMA. I am dead to the world. Dead to the world to SEMA. Hello, you madman. Good seeing you. Hello, June Power. Hello, Think Tank LLC. Funny you're driving Vantage. Drove one on Sunday. Interesting, Alfie. Great minds think alike. What did you think? What year was you driving? And let me know what you thought of it. This car, I am shocked. If I didn't have exposure to this car, I wouldn't know any better. It is so much fun. And I would love to really push this to the limit. And what would be the first thing that may give out on me if I push this thing? Maybe the clutch pads? I can fix that. That's easy to fix. Make some magic happen. But by all means, I look forward to doing that. Hello, Ashley. Good seeing you. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Miguel, Lucas, good seeing you. Bring back the CRX, says Falcon Lover. If you mean my old CRX, I was just talking to Nads about that, and maybe I will buy it back and bring it back out, Wagon action post, please. Okay, Bites, you have my commitment. As soon as I have time to put it in action. Aaron is probably the only one here who can attest to what I'm going through. I am here every day, morning to night, getting SEMA projects together. The last thing I have the luxury of doing is cruising around the wagon. It's the last thing. But I appreciate your enthusiasm. I will make it happen after SEMA, I promise. Hello, Racing Ali. Good seeing you. Thoughts on the Mustang crossover? Not my cup of tea, I-5 resident, but the market has spoken. To be honest with you, that's what the market wants. People want crossovers. People want CUVs and SUVs. It's where it's going. And people want more hybrids and EVs. So what dictates, if you and I don't speak up about what we want, of course manufacturers won't buy it. And just speaking up, but also supporting by buying these cars. But yeah, I'm not surprised. Even though I'm saddened by it, I'm not surprised at all. It's happening. It's happening no matter what, Bisi, can you teach me about cars, please? I love cars, but I don't know much about them outside of naming them. Actually, that's why I'm here. So why do I do this Tech Tuesday? Why have I done 102 Tech Tuesdays back to back, unfadingly, every Tuesday, even though it fell on anniversaries and the day my son was born and on Christmas and on New Year and traveling to the Bay Area. It seems to always fall on something. I'm filming with Hoonigan. They're so mad at me. Maybe not, but we're supposed to be filming, and I'm here talking to you guys because I'm trying to give back and help out. There are a couple of engineers here, of course, and the last thing I want to do is have engineering speak where I speak over the heads of many of you. I'm here to take technology and break it down so everyone can learn. Like I talked about flywheels a moment ago. I can use all type of terms to be able to explain what's going on there, but I want everyone to understand. So Ashley, if you really want to learn about vehicles, ask questions here. I'm here to answer them for you. As I have access to wonderful cars like this, I'll show you my experiences, so when you want to make a buying decision, you can. Or if you can influence others, you can do that very knowledgeably. And above and beyond that, you can always archive or listen to the archives either on YouTube or on the public podcast networks. I'm on Anchor, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public. I'm on all of those. So just type in Bisimoto and you can see and listen. AJ Thompson said, can you run a 500 shot of nitrous on a 250 horsepower setup reliably to make 750 horsepower? Would the base engine have to be more powerful NA? So AJ, you always want to address, that's really a broad question, a wonderful question indeed, but not all 250 horsepower setups are built equally. That being said, you want to address shortcomings. And what are some of the big shortcomings when you want to run a big nitrous motor? Ring lands, rod bolts. Those two things are the first things to go south. So if I were in your shoes, I'd kind of begin with the end in mind and Get some nice Trump pistons with some really thick ring lands. Have some proper aftermarket rods, maybe some from Eagle. And then go with a progressive system. That shock of 500 horsepower nitrous at the go can be quite damaging. I would use a progressive system. What do you think, Dan?
Yeah.
He agrees. See? Approved. So that's what I would do. Rotary for the win, says Black. You know what? I like Wankel engines a lot. They're very lightweight. They have less rotational parts. They have less static parts. Fewer parts by far than you would see in a internal combustion petrol engine that's piston-based. But unfortunately, they create a lot of heavy emissions, are very loud, and generate a ton of heat. So I know Mazda's coming up with a new generation of rotaries, so there may still be a future, but by all means, I agree. Dilling from Belgium, good seeing you. Thank you so much for joining. We need a Bisi rotary. When's this happening? It's up to Mazda. Those are my friends. Stay tuned. Be right back at the Apple Store right now, says Ashley. Wow, that's pretty quick. RX3 SP, a unicorn. Amen. Yes, it is. Raul Triana, all the way from Bogota, Colombia. Thank you for joining me indeed. Someone's recommending a C4 Vet with a 2J. That's Jesus, or Jesus over everything. Next fastest car, more tire grip. Amen. So the Vantage right here, which was on fastest car, but makes a ton of power, but has no traction, front-wheel drive on street tires. That wasn't fun. So I was challenged with the opportunity to build a revenge car, and that's what the wagon is. So I have similar power potential to the wagon, to the van, I should say. Have the opportunity to have more adhesion because it's all-wheel drive. Have a sequential gearbox, and it's half the weight. How amazing is that? So I can't wait to participate in the third season. So what does it mean, the new Supra? You are so funny, i5 resident. Well, you know what? You're going to see a lot more of that. You're going to see a lot more cross-pollination between manufacturers because not only does it make sense financially, you can share a lot of technology and create a better vehicle. If you drive the new Supra or Z4, they're both very good cars. And each marquee has done a smashing job, in my opinion, in separating themselves so when you drive the Z4, it feels like a BMW, and when you drive the Supra, short of the chines and the steering wheel feel, it's like a Supra. Better than, dare I say, don't kill me, the Mark IV. I'm not dead yet. Good. J-Series, CG2 in the house. Good seeing you. Dewey Dirk, good seeing you indeed. Edo, 1012, good seeing you. Hello, 2110 Engineering. Greetings from overseas as well. Any Hyundai projects for SEMA? Friday night, you came in late, didn't you? I wish this was a SEMA project. Not right now. Because I'm kind of, I'll tell you what. Maybe we'll make this a SEMA project for next year. How would that be? How cool would that be? But yes, I do have a Flying H KTM offering. Visit the Hyundai booth and you'll see what we put together. And then our friends from Hoonigan are going to put this great series together where you see Dan and I chop it up. You see Nads and I with some good content. A Baja-style Bisimoto Porsche. So dealing all the way from Belgium, that's something that I probably wouldn't. There's so many safaris out there. I'm kind of safaried out. I want to do something different. How about a Moby Dick? How about building one of those? Ah, PJ agrees. Do you know the owner of Street Image is no longer in business? Closed years ago. It's the owner's nickname, E.V. Nosking. I don't know who that is. Eric is his first name. No, I did not, Garcia. Forgive me, please. Ooh, 2020 Gray, says Alfie from up north. He likes the noise. I know, this sounds, you talk about burble and crackle. This thing sings. It is, when you shift in track mode, it is amazing. It kind of slaps you in the back of the head, and it's really fast. 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. How crazy is that? Tons of fun. Can I pick up some Purell? Yes, I'm a distributor. I have quite a few in stock. Absolutely, you can. Want to see a Bisimoto MR2 Spider? What you will see, 808 San, is, I'm so honored. People want me to build cars left and right. It's great. I really appreciate the love, guys. Thanks so much. AW11 is coming, so you'll see AW11 very soon, Were you using nitro in your CRX? Port Authority, unlike the racers nowadays, no. When I participated in NYRA, back in the day, NOPI, IDRC, IDRA, Battle of Imports, we were policed significantly with our fuels. Nowadays, they allow people to run nitro, people just running nitro. As a chemical engineer, can you imagine what I've done if I was allowed to do nitro back in the day? I didn't have the opportunity to even make my own high-octane fuel. I was banned very quickly. If I was given the opportunity to run nitro back then, we would be faster than the people right now, by far. Pro Phoenix from the UK, good seeing you. Hello, BC, what's the car behind you, AN Ram? I'm glad you asked, sir. It is a 2020 Aston Vantage. And Pro Phoenix, you'll love this. All the way from the UK. V8, 503 horsepower, twin turbo with a hot V. Turbo's in the middle. Like two big old twins right there in the middle of it. People are like smiling at me. There's Albert over there laughing at me as well. It is so freaking fast for a stock car. It is amazing indeed. And I would say, dare I say, the best Grand Touring vehicle I've ever driven. The interior is absolutely immaculate. Very supple leather, very advanced, very elegant, very rich interior. Some people may not like the buttons. I love the buttons. It's like I'm in a cockpit, fighter cockpit. It's amazing. The sound is intoxicating in every mode, and it just gets out of control in track mode. You have paddle shifters, and even the attention to detail on the paddle shifters are amazing. Full aluminum. It's very nice. You know how some companies put plastic? Not the guys from Aston. Very nice feel. So it's a very nice vehicle indeed. And you know what? I have it on the dyno right now, as you can see. And I'd love to be able to see what kind of power it can put out. So that being said, it's 503, but it feels like more than that. So I'm very curious on what it puts to the wheels. Is Aston one of those companies that tend to underrate their engines? Hopefully I get to find out very soon. Yes, SEMA time is coming. Falcon Lover, intercooler is coming today. Then my dad and I are making up the turbo manifold and all piping. Well done. So for those of you who know, Falcon Lover has a wagon as well he's building. And this time he's going B series opposed to me going K. SMS Designs Performance, good seeing you indeed. I hope to see you at SEMA as well. Chief Emmy, my dad, just to know you, we're watching from home, all the way from Nigeria, West Africa. So I better behave myself. I better stop talking about twins. Hello, Dad. Good seeing you, sir. It's another SEMA. We have 4 cars, 1 done. Another one will be done by Thursday, and 2 more to go, Dad. So I've tried this year, but it doesn't seem that I'm having much success, no matter what I do. My son Kenny saying, I'm dying to build a Porsche 914 with a K20, but I'm still on what trans to use. Any suggestion? K20 trans. But if you were crazy like me, I would suggest definitely a quick sequential, like what we have in the wagon. That will wake that thing up. And don't go crazy with it. Make it really clean. My son Kenny, if you're nearby, maybe we can work together. Maybe I should do one with you as well. That'd be pretty cool, right? A 914 would be nice with some kind of K-Love. Really make the purists go bananas. Pedro from Portugal sending me a hug. Thank you so much for the hug. Appreciate that indeed. Cameroni, on demand. Thank you so much. Appreciate the kind words and love. Averin, thanks for spreading your knowledge. Much appreciated. Ken's Racing Engines. Where have you guys been? I haven't seen you in a while. I usually come to the shop often. Hope to see you at SEMA. Pedro, good seeing you as well. Bisi, I know more about different kinds of engines and car parts. Thanks a million. Very good. Thank you so much for the kind words. I'm glad to be of help. It's my way of giving back. I wish I had this growing up. It's kind of weird when I came to the country and tried to learn about vehicles and how to modify them. Most people just shunned me away. They didn't want to help me at all, except for John Conciari from AEM. Showed me the ropes, and I just took the ball and ran with it. And nowadays, I want to do the same, provide an environment where I can do what I didn't have. And you know, I talk about this a lot of Tech Tuesdays. It's a good model for all of us to be there for people, for being that person that we needed when we were younger. You have no idea how you can change someone's life. Have you been a part of a drift racing event? No. I've displayed cars at drift events, but I've never had the opportunity of participating. I don't even know if I should drift. I'm kind of weird. I kind of like, no, let me not say it, because my friends from Hooligan are here. I want to be nice. I should say it? Okay. PJ is a big and bad influence. I like events that are timed. That's it. Anything that's subjective, where judges are involved and, oh, he was good, or the angle was, it's not my cup of tea. Now, don't get me wrong, I appreciate the technology that's going in drift cars. The earlier stuff was kind of rubbish, but nowadays you have drift cars with tons of technology in suspension, engines, engine management, telemetry, you name it, they're doing crazy stuff. But I've done it once as an enthusiast, as I would say, an influencer, where I was taken to this drift school and we did some videos with it, and it was quite challenging. It wasn't easy at all. It's much more challenging than it looks, but it's still not my cup of tea. I like drag racing and road racing and half miles. I just love that. Anything that is documented in terms of numbers. I like that a lot. K-Swap the World says self-made. Is that Dan, as in Danger Dan? Yes, it is. It is Dan, as in Danger Dan. I'll show you right there. There he is right there. See, he's waving. So it is him. By all means. Turn you back around. Sorry about those of you on YouTube. I'm so sorry you can't see what I just showed him, but just take my word for it. Is low expectations. It's a low expectations. Good seeing you. Pedro, you speak Spanish? I'm not very good at that at all. But here's the deal, guys. Anton Morris, I'm gonna ask you a question that I have to fly because we have to keep filming, but he's asking, have you ever thought of doing tunes for Volvos? Would love to donate one, my S80, to get the process started. Unfortunately, don't live in the US, come in Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, I have. So I should have some equipment that allows me to do that in about a month. So let's touch base then, maybe here on Tech Tuesday, or DM me as I go through my DMs on Instagram. But thanks so much for all of you for participating today in another wonderful episode, the 102nd episode of Bisimoto Tech Tuesday. Thank you for Aston Martin Americas to be able to provide this vehicle that has absolutely changed my life. I'm just intoxicated with this vehicle and cannot wait to get my hands on and create parts for this marquee. And guys, you know, I have the guys from Hoonigan here. They'll be more than happy to cover some Aston love. And I provided them to drive around and have fun and beat up on it. And that's yes, he'll do it. So guys, by all means, thank you so much for joining. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Appreciate all the love. Stay tuned and see you soon.